you have any ideas on how to engage senior volunteers? Do you have any ideas?
Of course, recently I've attended the outer experience meeting. Now let me share with you more about it.
Can talk slower, Simon. Okay, thanks Glenda for input, but still a bit uncertain. Try to shorten the sentences. Why must walk big round? Huh? One big round?
I didn't know.
Let's walk straight.
You continue. Stand behind the line.
Basically, this scheme aims to use motivational mental visions to empower seniors and provide structured support to engage them in meaningful volunteering experiences. This scheme comprises of 3 phases, namely the hotline service, the cards and sticker system or CNS in short, as well as the SCH system. Now I'm going to talk to you about the hotline service. So, how does this service work? This service is available in 4 different languages, namely English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. Seniors can use this hotline service to find volunteering opportunities and clear their doubts about volunteering. This ensures that they are clear on volunteering procedures. Seniors can also use this hotline service to find volunteering outposts nearby so that they may not travel far in order to volunteer.
Maybe just stress a few words so they need not travel far for them to volunteer.
Bring your hands together. Use your hands when necessary, not like that. You are like that throughout.
Yeah, holding your hands like this. Just hold it like that. If you're not using your hands.
So what I start?
Start again. Everything.
Everything.
Thank you. Okay. Sit down, go back and say anything again.
Basically, this scheme aims to use motivational mental visions to empower seniors and provide structured support to engage them in meaningful volunteering experiences.
So long. Can you change the sentence so irritating?
But then I already break it up.
No, not break it up. You still.
I break the eye contact.
The eye contact. We did that last time. But yeah. You want to see again the eye contact?
Yes, go back and see it.
Wait, what?
Same thing lah, but come from there. As you know, that's the transition. Let's just sit down and count. Yeah.
Basically, this scheme aims to use motivational mental visions to empower seniors and provide structured support to engage them in meaningful volunteering experiences. This scheme comprises of...
Say it again.
Say that sentence again, the first sentence.
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, this scheme aims to use motivational mental visions to empower seniors and provide structured support to engage them in meaningful volunteering experiences.
But eye contact is very limited also. I don't see she's looking much.
You mean not fine?
Yeah.
Maybe class sitting very confused.
As in I never do an area for long. It's just a brief.
Yeah.
So you want to change the sentence?
So I must.
Scared. Just talk longer lah.
Yeah. It means that when you look at here, maybe you can talk slower so that you're here, looking at here longer. And you're looking there, so make sure you look there longer. Want to try again?
Basically, this scheme aims to use motivational mental visions to empower seniors and provide structured support to engage them in meaningful volunteering experiences. This scheme comprises of 3 phases, namely the hotline service, the cards and sticker system or CNS in short, as well as the SCH system.
Bring your hands in. Bring your hands in.
So
you don't have your hands, not using your hands, it's always like that.
Yeah.
Then when you use your hands, then it's like that.
Then come back again. Basically, once you do it, then just come back again.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the hotline service.
Come back. Don't like that.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the hotline service.
Okay.
So how does this service work?
So how does this service work there? You keep looking at the center, what?
So how does this service work?
Now I'm going to talk to you about the hotline service. So how does this service work?
Bring your hand
Bring
in.
back, yeah, bring back.
How does this service work? Stare at him.
So how does this service work?
Yes. Bring your hand in.
This service is available.
It's a reflex action. It's not
Hold there.
open your hand and freeze there for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know it's a reflex action now, huh? It's
Like,
a spring one. It will go back to its original position.
Mm-hmm.
Will not be in elongated or compressed position for long.
Yeah.
This service is available in 4 different languages, mainly English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. Seniors can use this hotline service to find volunteering opportunities and clear their queries about volunteering.
Hands. Bring your hands in. Why you keep staring me in disbelief?
Yeah, don't like that. Bring it back.
Seniors can also use this hotline service to find volunteering outposts nearby, so that they need not travel far in order to
Why so rush? Why so rush? Slow down.
Take a deep breath. Okay, the nearest volunteer. So you can find the nearest one, so you need not travel far.
Seniors can use this hotline service to find volunteers. Seniors can
Say it slower. Say it slower. Okay, relax.
the hotline service.
Yeah. You want to do for the first one.
Huh? From first again. The one
Hotline.
Okay, like languages. The English.
Hotline service. Start from there. Let me tell you more about the hotline service.
Okay.
Now I'm going to
You
talk.
don't even know your lines, right? You're very not familiar at all. Okay.
Now I'm going to
When I
talk
say
to
hotline
you.
service, you should know where to start already.
Okay.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the hotline service. So how does this service work? This service is available in 4 different languages, mainly English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. Seniors can use this hotline service to find volunteering opportunities and clear their queries about volunteering. Seniors can also use this hotline service to find volunteering outposts nearby, so that they need not travel far in order to volunteer.
Okay.
Therefore, this service provides targeted support for seniors in finding volunteering opportunities. Next, I am going to talk to you about the CNS system. So how does this system work?
How does this system work? Then you come out.
Yeah.
So how does this system
So how does this system work?
and walk?
Then walk back.
No.
No, turn around and walk back.
Walk properly.
Oh, wait.
Don't
I'm
walk
supposed
backwards.
as
Like
in like,
turn, then walk, then turn.
as in
Yeah.
I think my back will order.
Just walk normally. You know how to walk. How do you
Don't
walk?
walk like that. Right? Don't walk like
Yeah,
that.
lor, turn your body and walk lor.
Wait, what? I see my
Yeah,
back.
Yeah. Right?
While it's there lah, just be yourself and walk, okay? There's nothing wrong with that lah. Okay, you can't even learn to walk. Must be because they are so pathetic.
You say the line lah.
Next,
I am speechless.
Next, I'm going to talk to
Sunday
you.
mood lah.
Next, I'm going to talk to you about the CNS system. So how does this system work?
Good. Wow. Don't daydream already.
Yeah, don't wait there.
Remember Mary?
Okay, do. Alah, Jaan. Oh, it's so cute one. I think you and Kiwei should go hand in hand now.
Kiwei?
Cute one. Cute one.
Next, I'm going to talk to you about the CNS system. So how does this system work?
Why you wait there? Why you like sit there for a while?
Should I think?
Don't wait there. Like,
Should I
wait,
walk or
wait,
should I not walk?
Yeah. What is it? So how does this system work? Then I walk. How already walk out.
Come,
Yeah.
Jaan.
Straight away walk. Don't stand there.
How
You
does
say, so you say, so how does this system work?
Okay, immediately like
Yeah,
immediately.
immediately.
You mean it doesn't know? You must say this so explicit lah. Immediately then you don't know.
Okay.
God, he's safe there.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the CNS system. So how does this system work?
Finally. Come again, let's do it.
Wait, what? I thought you said finally.
No, but want to make sure you know how to do it again.
Good job, Master.
Correct lah, but
Correct lah.
What did you just call it?
Good job.
Huh?
Good job.
科名相跟难。
What the hell? So weird.
that's not spicy enough.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the CNS system. So how does this system work? Remember Mary? Well,
Hands up. Your hands, at least. Yes.
remember Mary?
Firm, more firm. Alright, it's like not die one. Okay.
That means don't like that.
Yeah, must have some life, must have some control over your own hands. Right? Some of your hands like on your point. Yeah.
Remember Mary?
Yeah.
Well, before she starts volunteering, she will receive an assignment card which looks like this. As you can see, the front of the card will contain the personal details of the beneficiary, such as their name, age, and address.
Okay.
As for the back of the card, Mary will receive stickers from the beneficiaries after she has completed her volunteering task. Once she has completed 4 volunteering tasks for the same beneficiary, the 4 stickers will form a personalized message from the beneficiary. Therefore, in this system, seniors are engaged through the personalized messages from the beneficiaries. Furthermore, since 4 stickers are required to complete a card, seniors are inclined to volunteer more in order to complete a card. Last but not least, I'm going to talk to you about the SUH system.
Tilt your shoulders to the left.
Means when you talk here, right, just turn here.
Last but not least, I'm going to talk to you about the SUH system. Now you may be wondering, what exactly does SUH mean? Shadowing, coaching, hands-on, hence S-C-H. For the first stage, shadowing, Mary will learn from an experienced current volunteer by closely observing the way he or she volunteers.
Tilt.
Tilt more, yeah.
You're
Like-
talking to the solar, right? So your
So
shoulders must
face
turn
me,
with your
yeah,
head. What?
face me, yeah.
Now what happens is that your shoulders are fixed. Your head is turning.
Which looks very weird, yeah.
Just look at it. So you need to turn.
Like this, like
Turn.
it's not just
Don't know.
then you like that, then you like
Just
that.
now you all use what analogy? PE lesson Shania say what PE lesson you all do don't know what game and then cannot turn the leg one, must swing the. Is it PE lesson? I don't know.
Key lesson.
Maybe
I
SC
think some student council
thing,
bullshit,
yeah,
lah.
maybe.
You're saying something. I thought you know what a meaningful analogy.
Yeah. Okay,
For the first stage.
sure.
For the first stage, shadowing, Mary would learn from an experienced current volunteer by closely observing the way he or she volunteers. For the second stage, coaching, Mary will be taught in a classroom setting on the proper volunteering skills as well as etiquette. As for the third and final stage, hands-on, Mary will get personally involved and volunteer herself alongside the guidance and support of a mentor. Therefore, she is able to put into practice what she has learned. Through this system, seniors are engaged in purpose-driven volunteerism by gaining confidence. This system also provides the structured support that seniors need in order to learn the ropes of volunteering. At the same time, seniors will also have a better first-time experience in volunteering. Hence, they are more likely to continue volunteering in the long run. But do any of you know how to encourage seniors to continue volunteering? Well, I think my roommate Kevin has answered to it.
Definitely, Jian. In fact, I would not like to share. What the shit is this question, man?
Yeah.
What's the format of answering when I'm ready to answer?
I'm not ready to answer the question.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you say please normally sometimes the thing?
Yeah, I did.
Then the structure is like write an essay on intro, body, conclusion.
How many points?
3 points.
Okay.
Elaborate on that.
This question is applicable to like every project.
Yeah.
So prepare. I am ready to answer your question, examiner.
Yeah.
Firstly, what I enjoy about doing my project is that I'm able to come up with solutions to
How many
improve.
things are there you enjoy about the project?
I enjoyed 3 things about my project. Firstly, I enjoy coming up with solutions that will benefit to the. Oh shit! I enjoy coming up with solutions that will result in the betterment of the society that we call Singapore. Senior volunteerism may not seem like an important thing to most people. However, if disregarded, it will be a detriment to Singapore because there will not be enough manpower to sustain its charitable needs. Hence, generating the ideas and solutions for our project to tackle this was a privilege on my part, was definitely a privilege for me. Oh my god, so stupid. Secondly, I enjoy working with my group mates because my group mates are amazing. I enjoy being placed by our project, right? What's so special about my project? Yeah.
Enjoy interviewing.
I just say in general. I enjoy being played. I enjoy working in this project because I'm able to get a feel of what it's like to collaborate with others, to work towards a common goal. In the future, when we all head out to our different separate task forces, when we work, this will be a common sight to see. So I'm glad to be able to experience this as an adolescent studying in St. Andrew's Junior College.
Conclusion?
Lastly, what I enjoyed about this project is tasting the fruits of my labor. Because next year, when I receive my PW grade A, I will finally be able to rest in peace, sleep at night, because I know that I just secured 10 rank points. That's what I
Thanks to
enjoy.
my awesome examination for my
So now I'm gonna get 90 for this.
Thank you for allowing or whatever.
What shit, man. What do you think should
But what
I
answer-
give?
what answer
Yeah,
you
what
looking
answer are you
for?
expecting? What are you looking
Because
for?
I don't know what to give.
I don't think we should know. That's it.
Because it's
What would you have
all the
said if
simple
they asked
other
you?
answers.
Okay, we'll craft a solution to the question.
I think you can talk about like what you say, not survey, what you have learned, why you enjoy it, because probably this is the first time you do a real world problem and you need to investigate it. So the process is very
Tedious.
not say tedious, it's
Enjoyable.
new lah, interesting lah, and then it's meaningful lah, right? Like what you say. Okay, so survey is one area. Your group work, team members, I think it's a possible answer, but if you say it in very generically, it's very low level. But
Yeah.
if you can say something like,
I have the best group in 18S1.
or you can say that,
You must not online individually.
We are 4 individuals working as a team. So I hope
I've enjoyed this project also partly because of the dynamics in the team. Dynamics meaning that my team comprises of people who are current volunteers and people who have never done volunteer work before. So this adds to the perspective of this project. So it allows me to learn a lot more about this project, understand more. Because personally I don't volunteer, but I have different members in my group who do. So it's something like I can
Then you
just
talk about
say
this
something
like
lah. I don't know lah. I think if you can twist it into that angle, right? Your answer sounds a bit more sophisticated, and to say than a person who says I learn teamwork or I enjoy working with my group mates. So in other words, what we're trying to say here is that your team dynamics is made of people who have done volunteer work and who have not done volunteer work. So it is how do I say it? Experience is more complete. As compared to a group that has all 4 members or 5 members who do volunteer work, then the project becomes a bit more biased perhaps.
Oh yeah.
Or a group that has not done volunteer work at all and is a bit more clueless perhaps. So there's a experience so it makes the process enjoyable because we can see different points of view, learn different perspective. The perspectives complement, right? But you must draw it back to how it makes this process enjoyable, which is maybe perhaps created more opportunities for us to go and really try out. Okay, let's push it. Try out volunteering on a particular day, so that chance was very enjoyable. Just imagine that. Yeah. So that part. So I guess your points are not wrong. Survey your team dynamics. Another third point could be no, don't talk about the results. That's immaterial.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. What's the first point that you say? Meaning
not trivial, yes, meaningful. Like it's actually a big problem.
Okay.
Feel like doing something that helps.
It's a purposeful project lah. Okay, so that three ideas. So it's a purposeful project. Survey or interview is a new experience. It's an enjoyable process. Thirdly, you can talk about how the team dynamics value added to the experience. They were lucky enough to be in a team. They were lucky enough, inverted commas, something they meet up. Lucky enough to be in a group with diverse perspective and experiences. So it allows me to enjoy the process more than other groups who either were clueless or either become biased. Okay, so 3 points more. Yeah, I think this is a decent answer to this very generic question.
Yeah.
I only can do one more. I want to talk to Ke Yan. Okay, so I throw one more question. Okay, maybe I just generate questions. So I won't make your answer. So I try Kevin really. Alright, Kevin, you can just take a seat and relax. So like come, take a question. How can I ask? Okay, so first speaker. What else do you think the government should do more to promote senior volunteerism?
Thank you, examiner, for your amazing question.
I'm so
Please
proud
give me
myself.
some time to think. What do you think?
What else do you think the government can do to promote senior volunteerism? What else? Means I'm forcing you to know.
Must you talk about the current
Yes.
measures?
So what else means that you can only reiterate current measures, but you must say that the government should do more than the current measures. Okay? And then I'm also forcing you to say things beyond your strategies because you cannot repeat exactly what you said. Because what else should the government do?
Yeah.
40 million
Okay, so you must give me brand new ideas. Thank you. Please step aside. Say your line.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, examiner, for your question. Please give me some time.
Okay, stand aside, go and think. You stand there and think, you don't go back and see and think. Okay, come next, Glenda, I just throw questions at you. I don't have a chance to let you have think and what. Okay, so I just try, okay, but strat what?
Strat 1.
One
Second speaker. First strat was enlighten elderly on the benefits of
Oh,
the road ball.
the carnival.
It's a roadshow.
This one I asked this before, or rather during Project Hope, but as usual, you all don't pay attention.
Feasibility,
What factors will you take into consideration when implementing and organizing your roadshow? What factors will you take into consideration when organizing your roadshow? Right, we discussed the answer even. Right, so if you bothered to recap all those 6 points, the answers, the skeleton was there. Okay, Ken? Got it? Jalan?
So need to respond.
No time. Just give the question. Is it?
Okay.
Difficulties in implementing. What's the strat?
If there's one thing you can change in your project, what would it be and why?
Body system? I don't know. Is that possible? Can it?
Yeah.
I mean that's like literally from
Okay, come.
Yeah.
6 可以，2
Thanks, Mr. Low.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Please,
Questions,
please.
right? Even though it's not like? Our time up. 5 minutes from the time I ask the question, the timing starts. So you from the time the question has been asked all the way to then 5 minutes. So on the 5th minute, I'll raise my hand to shut you up. So you don't take too long to think, 1 to 2 minutes to think, the rest of the time to answer the question. Don't be in a hurry to answer the question, you have ample of time. You don't have to say so much one. Quality matters. Of course, some amount of content will matter as well. Okay, my question for you is this. What makes a good volunteer?
Thank you, examiner, for your question. Please give me some time. One main thing that makes a volunteer a good volunteer. This is when the volunteer does not expect anything back from society and volunteers wholeheartedly. This is because the volunteers, good volunteers are volunteers who volunteer without expecting returns such as money, fame, or recognition. But not many volunteers are like this, as many people are only volunteering to get recognition from others for their volunteer work. But my group believes that good volunteers are volunteers who only volunteer to help society and do not expect anything in return. This is the main thing that makes a volunteer a good volunteer. But there are other things that make volunteers good volunteers, such as very understandable that sentence. Yeah. It's just that why I just said.
How many points are you supposed to give?
I need to give 2, but I can't think of another.
2, you sure or not? I want 3. How many points you give?
1.
It's a very simple question. What makes a good volunteer? That also cannot. So you want hard questions. Yeah, this is the state you're in, what, right? This is a 0. Maybe 1 or 2 marks. Out of 10. Totally no effort, what? No structure, no nothing. Immediately think 3 points. What are the 3 points that you want to say to the question, to answer the question? And then at least list your 3 points. If there's some structure, there are more marks. You are totally like just 1 point and then don't know, nothing already. No brains to think. So you continue to think long, it's very easy. Project work, okay, hee hee ha ha, right? Rehearsal, also don't want to get it right. Okay, still got so many mistakes. See, Q&A, this is the outcome. 1 or 2 marks is not any consolation either. It's almost as good as 0. Out of 10, 0. It's 1 grade down already, lor. 1 grade down. So at most you are a B. Are you happy with that? Good job. For all the years' work, you're died in the Q&A. Plus the fact that you still made some mistakes in your presentation, maybe you might fall to a C even. You think a W can get full marks? May not be. I&R can do well? Hard to say. So you think lah, can you afford to lose all the marks on Q&A? Okay, so you don't still fight for your every single bit of chance remaining. Right, so the rest of you, alright, please consider one of the better ones already. Alright, in terms of the oral presentation part. Disappointing. Q&A, you give me this kind of answer. No structure, no nothing. Glenda. If you can change your primary research, what aspects would you change and why?
Thank you, Assessor, for your question. Please give me some time.
Are you taking it down or not? Huh? Not sit here to just enjoy the show. Even for solarized question, you can think about it. How does it fit your own project? Don't be so toot. Oh, volunteers, not my project. I ignore. See, now scared already. Ask you to listen to Q&A, now go and do presentation. If you had to do a presentation properly, would you need to be standing out there rehearsing now? That's my point. Always last minute. Well, we shall see how last minute, whether it will work. What are you doing now? PowerPoint slides.
One aspect I think that we can change for our primary research will
How
be
many aspects? Then say the 3 aspects. Give an overview first. Should it be like that? Intro, body, conclusion.
There are 3 aspects that we can change for our primary research. The first aspect, I think we can change our target. We can short. We can specify our target audience even more. Like for our survey, we conducted a survey for elderly that are aged 65 years and above at elderly populated areas. But the survey, the result of the survey may not be accurate, as not all elderly that we surveyed are able-bodied enough to volunteer. They may have some physical constraints which may result in the lack of interest for volunteering. The second aspect that we can change for our primary research would be Changing our interviewee. For our interviewee, we interviewed C3A for more information. However, C3A gave us limited information as they did not target specifically senior volunteerism. Instead, we can target RSVP, which is an organization that encourages seniors to volunteer. This will perhaps allow a better gauge of whether our project will be useful in the future. The last aspect that we can change
Then conclude your answer. Stand there or what?
So
You assess your friend.
So I feel like the two aspects that we can change is the target audience and our interview.
Okay. Go back. So you need to conclude your answer. Intro, body, conclusion. Every question you must give an overview. That's why you got problems. You don't organize your thoughts. Suddenly you decided when you talk about your first point, you suddenly remember that, oh, I need to give an overview. My survey is done on elderly people, how many people are there. You should give a primary. This question is about primary research. First and foremost, what you should say. I have done 2 data collection methods, a survey and an interview. My survey is done on elderly, age 65 and above. I have a sample size of 100 people. Don't have all these things to say, man. My interview is with C3E4. And I interviewed the manager or don't know who and who and who. The name is so and so and so. Intro. Say all these things. To answer your question, I have 3 aspects I need to change. 2 aspects on the survey, 1 aspect on the interview. Let me tell you more. Number 1, I need to change the survey sample size. N equals to 100 is not good enough. I need to have N equals to maybe whatever thing. Then we elaborate more. And why? Number 2, I did an online survey. It is a convenient way, but it's not good enough. I need to do a face-to-face survey. Why? Number 3, we interviewed C3E4. But it's not so, it is the best we can get. There are constraints. If we can change this, we will want to prefer to interview RSVP. But for some good reasons, and elaborate. In summary, in conclusion, I have 3 points. I would like to increase the sample size of my survey. I would like to change the method of my survey from online to face-to-face. And thirdly, I hope, or rather I would like to be able to interview RSVP, not just C3E4. Thank you. Clear, structure, relevant answer. Even the details are not really very detailed, you will get a reasonably good score already. It is an expected question. Don't see this as a very difficult question. I think you have not seen what difficult question I asked S20. Because these questions, they know how to answer it. So it's not so much about eye-spotting questions for you. Do you even know how to answer the question? I've spotted countless of questions from many students. They come back and tell me, alright, the question you asked me came out, you know. Yeah, I was thinking in my heart, so what? Do you even know how to answer? I go back and look at the marks, fail. Why? Because they think at anyhow fit. The question I asked may not be exactly the same as the assessors asked, but they just randomly put in. So they hear wrongly. Why they hear to how they hear to why, out of point. And they thought roughly the same, just answer like that. That's why I worry sometimes when you tell me, oh, it came out. That's one thing I worry, whether is it really true it came out. Number two, even if it's exact fit of the question, have you prepared enough to answer a question? So sometimes I see the marks, how come question exactly come out exactly word for word, yet the marks are still so low? Simply because I asked already, you don't prepare one. So came out again, what is the point? So it's not about you ask, can you give me a list of questions? Yeah, I wish I could. I honestly cannot give you anything. But if I give you, would you do anything about it? Judging from SO1, not that I look down on you. You have not proven yourself at all. Every moment is a disappointment. So you always say, your teachers don't like you. There must be a reason, right? There must be a reason, right? Good, Mr. Pio does walk past. I would like to ask him also. Have you done anything, right, to actually prove yourself? You only know how to prove yourself by being late, right? Not turning up for lessons on time. You only know how to prove yourself in areas that people don't like. These are not norms. These are weird norms. And you think that it's cool to do so. You only know how to prove yourself by being very late bloomers. Tomorrow exam, today then I prepare. This is how you prove yourself. So I don't understand, or rather we teachers really don't understand what you guys are thinking. But I don't think this is just a norm in general. Seems like your class is like that. Very laid back. Last rehearsal, and I still have people not coming on time. Almost the last rehearsal, I still have groups not getting props ready. And despite the many promises they made, last rehearsal, you still can kanchung spider. So this kind of outcome for Q&A is not unexpected. It is within expectation. That's why I said, you are very chill. Like, it's okay, God will bless me. I'm the lucky charm. Nothing will happen. Okay lah, then don't have so much expectation or this kind of thing. Right? If this kind of effort can get an A grade, then my S20 should get what? A++++. It's not fair to them, but they work so hard for what? There must be some differentiation, right? This is the difference. Okay, maybe I should compare S20. S27, S25 also somewhat better than you are. You know you're our slowest class. And yet they keep asking me, why am I giving you so many, why do you give your form class so many hours more? I just want to say, they are worse than you give me that. Go and count the number of hours in total lah. Right, at least about 1 hour or half an hour, 1 hour I think, more than the rest on average. I'm using their time to give it to your class. Do you know that? You don't know. You take all these things for granted. Take all these things for granted. Okay, you all better go and listen up. Alright, I already gave out the model answer for that question just now. Right. Are you even taking it down? I don't see anybody taking it down. Is there a recording? Honestly, turn it off. I want you to delete that clip, the entire clip.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. We are SA036, and my name is Solai. Before we begin our presentation, we would like to show you a short video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
There seems to be no senior volunteers here. Maybe I should get my grandma to volunteer. Come on, Dad.
The problem our project was trying to address is the lack of volunteerism amongst elderly in Singapore. In fact, in 2014, only 1 in 5 elderly were volunteers. This number has dropped even further in 2016, with just 1 in 10 elderly being volunteers. This shows that there's a decline in the number of elderly volunteers in Singapore. But why should the elderly volunteer? Well, the first reason is because the elderly have a lot of free time as compared to adults and children. This is because the elderly are no longer tied down by school and work. Additionally, the elderly have a lot of life experiences which they can share with the beneficiaries to help the beneficiaries overcome their trials and tribulations. Hence, to boost elderly volunteerism in Singapore, my group is delighted to present to you Project Live as Volunteers. Good morning once again. My name is Solai, and I will share the 3 causes that lead to the lack of volunteerism amongst elderly in Singapore. Then, Heather will tell us how to enlighten the elderly on the benefits of volunteering, followed by Charlie, who will share how to engage the elderly in meaningful volunteering experiences. And lastly, Helen will share how to encourage the elderly to continue volunteering before concluding our presentation. Do you know how many elderly are
Our survey also found that 81% of elderly felt that the platforms for them to start volunteering was insufficient. This brings us to the second cause for the lack of volunteerism amongst the elderly, which is that the elderly are not being sufficiently supported for them to start volunteering. This was also shown in our video as the grandmother and the grandson were unable to find a volunteering organization for the grandmother to volunteer. Lastly, our survey also showed that 83% of elderly did not felt that the motivation and recognition was insufficient for them to continue volunteering. This brings us to the third and final cause for the lack of volunteerism amongst the elderly, which is that the elderly are not being sufficiently motivated and recognized for the volunteer work that they do. This was also shown in our video as the grandmother was simply being bossed around by the beneficiary and felt that she was not being sufficiently recognized for the volunteer work that she had done. So what will these three causes lead to? The lack of awareness of the benefits of volunteering, the lack of support to start volunteering, and the lack of motivation and recognition to continue volunteering. It will result in low volunteerism. Hence, to overcome this, my group is delighted to present to you Project Live as volunteers. Why the word live? Because let's initiate volunteerism in elderly. And the 3 E's in volunteers. They represent enlighten, engage, encourage. The 3-pronged approach our project takes to boost elderly volunteerism in Singapore. But do any of you know how to enlighten the elderly on the benefits of volunteering? Bella, do you have any suggestions?
Certainly, sir. I have heard the other volunteering show. Let me share with you more about it. Thank you, Solai. Solai shared with us the 3 problems that seniors have faced, and all these have led to low volunteerism rates among seniors. But firstly, how do we enlighten seniors on the benefits and impacts of volunteering? May I have a show of hands? How many of you here are actually aware of the benefits of volunteering? Well, as you can see, not all of us are aware, not to mention the elderly who are not technologically advanced. 78%. This is how many elderly are unaware of the benefits of volunteering. So what can we do to salvage this situation? Let me introduce you to our I Love Volunteering show, which coincides with Giving Week, a week that encourages people to give back. This roadshow enlightens seniors on the benefits and impacts of volunteering. This is done so by showing the relevance of volunteering, reinforcing the critical impact made by volunteering before recruiting them. This is the layout of our roadshow. Now, let's take the perspective of this elderly here named Mary. Without further ado, let's start with Zone 1, Relevance. Take a look at this board. This board, indeed the Idle Volunteer Board, is a composite of cards that show the different beneficiaries and the difficulties they face in their daily lives. So let's suppose Mary visits the roadshow. She will first see the Idle Volunteer Board and then remove a card. This reveals the happy faces and the simple needs of these beneficiaries that are yet to be fulfilled. She will then hold on to the card and move on to the next board. On the next board, the back of the card will then act as puzzle pieces to form a bigger picture. So what will we see? This is what we will see, a happy ending to volunteerism. You may wonder, why is this significant? Well, the board enlightens Mary on real difficulties faced by the less fortunate. Furthermore, the act of removing a card shows that individual volunteerism acts mean a lot to these beneficiaries. The bigger picture also emphasizes that collective efforts make a positive difference in the lives of these beneficiaries, showing the relevance of volunteering. Next, Mary will move on to Zone 2, Reinforce. At this zone, there's an activity booth. Together with a group of friends, they will form a web using ropes to hold up a ball. Letting go of the rope then loosens the web, causing the ball to fall. Therefore, Mary and her friends should not let go of the rope. In this case, the rope represents regular volunteerism and the ball represents the beneficiaries. Without a consistent pool of volunteers, capture the shape of a sad face. The long ends of the balloon are held down by weights, which are tied to pledge cards. Mary will then remove her weight, turning the frown upside down. The effect can be seen here. On the pledge card, Mary can then pledge to volunteer on the front of the card, and the back of the card will contain contact details of various volunteer organizations that she can volunteer for. The weights here symbolize the difficulties that beneficiaries face in their daily lives. Therefore, removing these weights symbolizes lifting the burdens of these beneficiaries. Furthermore, the contact details make it accessible and convenient for volunteers to sign up. So this is how we raise awareness on the benefits and impacts of volunteering. But do you have any idea on how to engage seniors to volunteer? Sarah, do you have any idea?
Of course, Cameron. Recently, I have a better experience in. Now let me share with you more about it. Basically, this scheme aims to use motivational mental visions to empower seniors and provide structured support to engage them in meaningful volunteering experiences. This scheme comprises of 3 phases, namely the hotline service, the cards and sticker system, or CNS in short, as well as the SG system. Now I'm going to talk to you about the hotline service. So how does this service work? This service is available in 4 different languages, namely English, Chinese, Malay, and Tamil. Seniors can use this hotline service to find volunteering opportunities and clear their queries about volunteering. This ensures that they are clear on volunteering procedures. Seniors can also use this hotline service to find volunteering outposts nearby so that they do not travel far in order to volunteer. Therefore, this service provides targeted support for seniors in finding volunteering opportunities. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the CNS system. So how does this system work? Remember Mary? Well, before she starts volunteering, she will receive an assignment card that looks like this. As you can see, the front of the card contains the personal details of the beneficiary, such as their name, age, and address. As for the back of the card, Mary will receive stickers from the beneficiaries after she has completed her volunteering task. Once she has completed 4 volunteering tasks for the same beneficiary, the 4 stickers form a personalized message from the beneficiary. Therefore, seniors are engaged through the personalized messages from the beneficiaries. Furthermore, since 4 stickers are required to complete a card, seniors are inclined to volunteer more in order to complete a card. Last but not least, I'm going to talk to you about the SGA system. Now you may be wondering, what exactly does SCH mean? Shadowing, coaching, hands-on, hence SCH. For the first stage, shadowing, Mary would learn from an experienced current volunteer by closely observing the way he or she volunteers. For the second stage, coaching, Mary will be taught in a classroom setting on the proper volunteering skills as well as etiquette. As for the third and final stage, hands-on, Mary will get personally involved and volunteer herself alongside the guidance and support of a mentor. Therefore, she is able to put into practice what she has learned. Through this system, seniors are engaged in purpose-driven volunteerism by gaining confidence. This system also provides the structured support that seniors need in order to learn the ropes of volunteering. At the same time, seniors will also have a better first-time experience in volunteering. Hence, they are more likely to continue volunteering in the long run. But do any of you know how to encourage seniors to continue volunteering? Well, I think my group Kevin has answered it.
Definitely, Jen. In fact, I would now like to share with you more about our third strategy, celebrating. Thank you once again, Tian. The strategy Tian shared with us shows us how we can empower and engage seniors in meaningful volunteering experiences. This brings us to our next pause as to why there are such low senior volunteerism rates in Singapore. As my grpmates Solai mentioned earlier, there are low volunteerism rates amongst the elderly, simply because elderly are not recognized enough for their volunteering efforts, and hence they are not encouraged to continue their active volunteer work. In light of this, my group proposes Celebrative in hopes of resolving this issue once and for all. Let me now share with you more about our strategy. Celebrative is all about appreciating efforts. What does this mean? Well, to elaborate, our strategy aims to use role models and social recognition to encourage seniors to continue their active volunteer work. Our strategy comprises of two simple platforms, namely our mentorship system and our celebrative dinner. Let me now share with you more about our mentorship system. Our mentorship system accords ranks to volunteers based on the number of hours that they have volunteered. In other words, the more you volunteer, the higher rank you would be. This diagram shows the hierarchy of the mentorship system and its various ranks. Please take a look. Remember Mary? Well, she has just completed 6 months of active volunteer work, and today she will be receiving the prestigious beginner mentor position. Higher up mentors will serve as role models to newer volunteers, guiding them in their first few volunteering experiences. This was mentioned in the SCH system which my group-mate Tian mentioned earlier. My group strongly believes that by attaining a mentorship position, the mentorship position will serve as a form of recognition, boosting both the morale and confidence of seniors to continue their active volunteer work. Moving on to our next platform, Celebrative Dinner. Annually, volunteer organizations countrywide will host appreciation dinners for both their volunteers and their beneficiaries. This will be held in conjunction with National Volunteer Week, which is a week dedicated to commemorating volunteerism worldwide. Now you may be wondering, what's so special about this dinner? Well, in our dinner, both volunteers and its beneficiaries will be engaged in our Reaching Hearts, Touching Lives activity, which I'll now delve into more detail. Our Reaching Hearts, Touching Lives activity has our beneficiaries pasting their words of appreciation onto a board. Sounds simple? Well, in fact it is. Allow me to elaborate. Let's suppose I'm a beneficiary attending this event, and I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for a fellow volunteer. What I would do is write down what I would like to say onto a heart-shaped post-it note such as this one, and paste it onto the palm-shaped board. The heart represents the hearts of the beneficiaries, whereas the palm represents the volunteering efforts of the volunteers. The photo board then signifies that the volunteers have effectively reached the hearts and touched the lives of the beneficiaries. I admit, this may sound a little cheesy, but this way, volunteers are able to effectively and visibly see the positive impact that they have made on the lives of beneficiaries. Hence, they can finally see the worth of their efforts and be encouraged to continue volunteering. Well, that's all I have for Celebrative. Let me now conclude what my group has shared so far. So started us off by mentioning to us the importance of senior volunteerism in Singapore, before giving us insights as to why there are such low senior volunteerism rates. Then, Glenda mentioned how we could enlighten seniors on the benefits of volunteering. This was achieved with our I Love Volunteer Roadshow. Following that, Tian mentioned how we could engage seniors in meaningful volunteering experiences. This is done with our Elder Experience scheme. Lastly, I mentioned how we could encourage seniors by giving them recognition. This is achieved finally with our celebrative strategy. Longevity is celebrated when the person living a longer life is leading a more fulfilling life. Project Live, as volunteers, hopes to achieve this by getting more elderly to contribute back to society through our 3-pronged action plan. So, together, let's
Initiate volunteerism.
in elderly today!